different, if you can tell. I got my hair cut. Actually, I'm like wearing this flower in my hair, and I have this dress on, and I'm wearing makeup, and I don't have my glasses on. So, this is odd. I don't usually dress like this. This is not something I usually do. But I decided that, hey, I'm gonna have to put some more effort into my review videos and be better with it, and, you know, cosplay as a character. So, here I am today, and I'm cosplaying as Leah, the main character in The Kiss of Deception. And I'm trying to cosplay as her as a princess, sort of. So I got my little flower thing in her hair, because like, she has this like flower crown on the cover, as you can see. And then I got a pink dress. This is the only pink dress I could find. So I'm wearing pink dress. So, there we go. That was my main goal. So I decided, yeah, I'm just going to put some more effort into my reviews here, because let's just make them more entertaining. So if you couldn't tell by the title, today we're going to be discussing The Kiss of Deception by Mary E. Pearson. It's the first book in the Revenant Chronicles, and it's a trilogy, and I just finished reading the first book, and it was absolutely fantastic. Definitely 5 out of 5 stars. Oh my goodness. So great. So amazing. There were so many things that happened in this book, and it was just, fantastic. There was only like 2 things. There was only 2 flaws I had with this book, and I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. Actually, there might have been 3 flaws. There's 3 flaws in this book. 5 out of 5 stars, definitely, because I just enjoyed it so much. And I haven't enjoyed a book like this in a while, so I was really glad. So for those of you who came here and you're like, what's this Kiss of Deception book about? Well, basically it's about this princess named Leah, and her full name is Princess Arabella, but she likes the name Leah because she just feels like it's a better name. And so Leah is this princess, and she's supposed to marry this prince. But she doesn't want to marry this prince. It's just an arranged marriage, and that's not something she wants to do. So she runs away to this other land, this other place in her country, and she tries to be just a citizen there. And then 2 men come after her, one of them being the prince she was supposed to marry, and the other one being the assassin who is trying to kill her. And, can I just say, I was not expecting it to go the way it went. I was actually expecting it the other way. If you have not read this book, please go read it. I would highly recommend it. Definitely one of my faves for this year. Go ahead and go pick it up and read it, and you can come back and discuss, and we can just have a good time together. So bye, non-spoilers. Goodbye. Okay, so I'm just going to get my notes here, because I kind of need notes and reviews, because I can't do reviews unless I have notes, because then I have nothing to guide by, and that helps me. So I take notes during books. I'm trying to get more reviews up, because like my reviews in the past that I made were sucky. So, I absolutely adored this book so much, as you can tell. At the beginning, Leah was a very basic character. She was just that basic runaway princess, kind of reminded me a bit of America in ways, where it's like, I really don't want to go there. I mean, I love America, but like, she was very basic, and she's like, okay, I don't want to be a princess, and she kind of just, and she was just like, all good and stuff, and it was just kind of like Gisela from The Captive Maiden. I said like in my review that she was way too perfect, and Leah seemed very basic, like your normal, average, basic character. But she started to grow a bit in the books, and I liked seeing her development, and I thought that was really well. So I was glad she didn't stay that same basic character. I was also really hoping that she didn't have the gift, because I thought it would have been interesting if in like a YA series they actually didn't make the main character have like this special gift. I mean, they do that in all of them. So it would have been interesting if, like, in this series, that it was completely different and that she didn't have the gift and she was just, like, special kind of that way, but she didn't have the gift. And I thought that would have been super, super cool. That would have been super cool, but, you know, I guess it's fine that she has this gift. You know, I don't quite know what it is, but, you know, I guess it's fine. So there was this quote that kept getting mentioned in the book. And so it was like, I will find you. In the farthest corner, I will find you. That sounds so creepy. When I was first reading it, it sounded so creepy, and it creeped me out so much. And apparently it was Rafe, or something, that was a quote, and that's why she kept thinking about it, because of her gift thing. I was kind of creeped out by that, but then I started thinking about Once Upon a Time, because you know how, like, Charming, he has that quote, I will find you, I will always find mind you, this sounds like the same thing. I swear this person got it from Once Upon a Time. Mary Pearson, does she watch Once Upon a Time? Wonder where she got this from. Because it just sounds like so Once Upon a Time-ish. Okay, I have to say this. This book was the best love triangle I have ever read about. Ever. Just so fantastic. I loved it. I loved both the characters. I have never loved both the characters in the love triangle before. I always hate the one character. And they're usually, the reason is because they don't fight for her, and they're not giving enough for her, and they're not, like, showing that they care. And so, this book, both the characters showed that they cared. Even Caden, he still cared. He's trying to save her the best he can. He doesn't know what to do. I mean, he's grown up in this place, so he's trying to help her as much as he can because he cares about her so much. And Rafe, he's trying to help her too. And I'm like, thank you. We need, like, men like this. I'm just saying. There needs to be more love triangles where both of them are fighting for her and stuff. I'm just saying this love triangle was very strong and so well done because you really love both of the characters. And I love Rafe and Caden so much. Caden I love a bit more, but like it's not that I want him and Leah together. I want them both with Leah, and I don't really care who wins this love triangle because I'll still be happy in the end. I will still be like, oh yeah. The only reason I like Caden better is because he really interested me. He was such a unique character, and he was just so cool, and like, he was evil, which I loved it, and I don't always love the evil characters, but I really loved him being evil, and I really liked his relationship with Leah, and I really just loved Caden. He's like a mystery, and mystery guys are just like, things I love. I love seeing this like mystery and you're trying to figure them out and you're kind of a bit curious. And they're very interesting characters because we wouldn't see Caden that much. And so I was really glad when we got to see him more towards the end of the book, the second half, really. I was super glad about that, and I thought that it was such an interesting character to learn about. It was so amazing, guys. Ah, this Pauline situation here. We have Leah lied to Pauline about Michael, and so she thinks Michael's dead, and apparently Pauline was pregnant with his baby, so, you know, okay, and I think there's gonna be some plot twist in, like, the books coming up that Pauline's gonna figure out that Michael is alive, and that Leah lied to her or was misinformed, or something, and she's gonna figure out something that they're misinformed, or something like that, and then Pauline's gonna get mad. I think Pauline's gonna get mad, and she, like, honestly, I'd like to know someone's bad, and I'd like to know their actual story than if, like, knowing they died and that being a lie. I'm just saying, if I was in love like that, that would be what I would want. I was always confused at the beginning of the book, like the first half. I just never knew which one was the assassin and which one was the prince. Like, first, like, in the beginning, I originally thought, okay, Caden's probably the prince, and Rafe is the assassin. That was my original mind-going thing, and how I thought it, and then there'd be, like, so many different clues for both of them, and I couldn't just choose. I'm like, okay, I don't know which one it was. So, by the time we were, like, getting close to finding out who the assassin was, and that Caden was the assassin, I thought it was Rafe. I was pretty positive it was going to be Rafe, and like that it was going to be this big plot twist that it was Rafe, and that Rafe was like doing this the whole time, because that would have been big, honestly. That would have been big. It would have been big either way. So I was surprised to find out that it was Caden, because I thought Rafe, because when he asked her to say goodbye to them in the woods, I felt like he was going to get his army together, and then something big was going to happen with her and Rafe, and then she was going to hate him, and all that stuff. But nope, that's not what happened. That's not what happened, guys. It's not what happened. And I didn't even mind. I was kind of freaking out, and like, then I thought even after we found out Caden was the assassin, that maybe there's going to be some big plot twist, and you're going to think that Caden's the assassin for like a long time, like for this little bit, and then all of a sudden, it's going to be Rafe, and then Rafe comes out of the woods or something, and Rafe's going to be the assassin or something. I thought that was going to happen, and then it didn't, but okay. You know, I was kind of like, I had this idea, this whole idea of what was going to happen, and it didn't, and I was so happy that it was a surprise, and it wasn't predictable for me, and it was super predictable, and so I was really glad with that. it, and this writing was just so amazing, guys. So addicting. This book was so addicting, I couldn't put it down, like, ever. I'd always pick it up, like, we were playing Game of Parcheesi, and I, like, took my book out, and I was, like, reading under the table, because I couldn't put it down. I was at this intense part, just, so amazing, guys. This book was so well done, so well done. Most well done book I've read this year. Like I said, Better Off Friends is, like, one of my favorite books I read this year. Yes, it was very good, but, like, this one was so well done in, like, a fantasy book. It was so well done, guys. Definitely one of my favorite books this year, definitely. One of the only flaws I didn't like about this book was the insta-love. I wish, like, that maybe this would develop a bit more, because it was too insta-love. And we're gonna see it develop more in the books. I feel like I kind of a bit like Leah and Caden's relationship a little bit more, but not by much, so I'm not, like, super rooting for him or anything. It's just, like, that I really love Caden's character, like I said before. He's super unique, and they're just more of a realistic couple, because they're, like, they have so much more conflict than her and Rafe did, and that's always going to happen when you date someone. It's not going to be all perfect and magical. The truth is, you're going to get into arguments. You're going to disagree on things. Things are going to happen, and conflict is going to happen. So I liked at the end of the book, we kind of had that conflict where she's not really in love with Rafe anymore, and, you know, Caden's coming into the picture, and I'm really excited to see where their relationship is going to go and what's going to happen with Rafe and Leah, and I'm excited to see how this love triangle is going to develop in the next book. This book was so amazing. I wasn't annoyed with any of the characters in this book. This is, like, the first time, and, like, Caden could have been found super annoying, and I wasn't annoyed with him at all since I loved him so much, and I just couldn't help it. I couldn't help but love him, and he was just such an interesting character. I just couldn't help it. But yeah, I wish the insta-love developed a bit more, which it was, again, why I kind of like Caden and Leah better, because it's kind of developing a bit more. Like, you had, like, the whole first book, and they had that one kiss, but then she pulled away, so we're going to see, it's not really insta-love, and they're still, like, going to develop in the second book, which I'm really excited about, how we're going to see their relationship develop, and we're going to see more of Rafe and Leah's relationship develop, especially since it's going bad right now, so we're going to see that develop more, and I'm just excited. I was really sad when Greta died, and I was really sad when the brother died. I loved her relationship with her brother. I thought it was so adorable and just sweet relationship that she had with him, and how that she kind of just, like, really cared about him and stuff like that. And that was really heartbreaking to see him die and to hear about Greta dying, even though we never really met Greta. It just was really sad for me. I was, like, heartbroken because it was just so sad hearing him talk about it, and I was, like, so sad. I did like that part when she, like, goes down and she's, like, crying, and she grabs a shovel and she's like, I'm gonna go bury all these people. And they're like, okay. So they didn't want her to, but she's like crying, and she, like, just kind of cares for them, and then she buries them, and I really liked that. And then they kind of just watch her, and it's interesting to see, like, Caden's tribe of, like, assassins, like, they kind of are a little bit changed by her, like, Malachi or something. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but he's not exactly changed by her. I mean, I think he really hates her, but I like how Even saw her and stuff. I liked how, she, like, they're just like, the guys are like, just kill him, and then she's like, that's not how he would treat it, like, he raises horse since he was, like, a foal and stuff. So she comes over, and then she kills the horse for him, and I thought that was, like, really, really sweet, and just a nice thing to do, and how she's just treating him nice that way, like he's a child. I mean, it was so nice of her, and, like, he kind of just was nice to her, so I really want to see how their relationship is going to form, because I really want to see, like, a really nice friendship with them. I think it would be really cool to see that. So this ending, I was really expecting it to be climactic, and I thought Rafe was going to die. I seriously thought Rafe was going to die, and that it was going to be this, like, really big climactic ending. Wasn't as climactic as I thought it would be. The climax, like, came in, like, the middle of the book when we found out, like, Caden was the assassin, and it wasn't really at the end, which is kind of around that time that's what you need to do in a story. You can either do it, like, at the very end, or you need to do it, like, just before the end, and then you have your falling action, but they didn't have that. It was kind of just meh. It was kind of just a meh climax. It wasn't a very good one. It was like the climax came in the middle of the story, and now it's kind of just meh now. So, I was enjoying this book, and I was, like, freaking out so much, and I loved it, and then I got to the end, and I was just like, okay. I had no words to explain that ending, and I don't still. Those are all my thoughts and opinions on the Kiss of Deception. If you have read this book, comment down below what your opinions were on it, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!